Hi, welcome back to Community Conversations. I'm Tina Howard, and I have two guests with me today that I'm very excited to tell you about. I have Rodney Jones and Derek Harper. And Rodney and Derek, thank you so much for showing up today. This is going to be fun.
Yes, yes.
I'm nervous. They're not, but that's okay. No, I'm kidding. So I got to know you guys through my husband at the YMCA. So Bo goes to the Y and works out religiously, as you know. I am really happy about that because it makes him a lot healthier and it gives him some social outings. He, as you probably know, works out of the house. And so that can be kind of isolating when you don't work around other people. And then he goes to the Y at night and comes home maybe an hour or two later, and he's just in the best mood. He's just had a great time.
Yeah.
And y'all are two of the reasons why he loves going to the Y. So thank you for getting him out there and making him healthy.
You're welcome, that's right.
So it's interesting because I've been up a few times myself in the evening, and you have a very eclectic and loyal crowd up there. And when you go up, do you kind of go in the parking lot and go, oh, I know who's here because I see the car, and you kind of know who's going to be there?
Well, I don't know about him. I think most times people wait for us to show up.
I think you're right.
And really, like, we set the tone for the whole gym.
You do. Okay,
That's
you're
right.
not kidding
That's
about
right.
that.
That's serious as we do.
Because you're encouraging and you're involved and you're working out yourself. You're not just watching other people. But it really is kind of a group activity. And I know Bo finds it really rewarding to be able to go and have somebody push him a little bit.
Yeah, we you know, because one day when Bo had came in, we really got at Bo about his form.
Yeah.
And ever since then, that's how we really, that's how Bo.
Tell me about that, because he's just like this random guy you don't know, right? So he comes up, maybe you've seen him before. And so he was struggling with something. He told me about this too.
Yeah, he was, go ahead.
Yeah, there's a lot of people struggling in the gym. Like, we missing one guy in our group. Give a shout out to Corey Morrison.
Corey Morrison.
We call him K/slash or K-Dog. He's part of the group too. But when he's not there, we try to make sure everybody doing it right, because there's other gyms in Hartwell, they don't work out right.
You can really hurt yourself. I mean, we laugh, but you can hurt yourself. You can really hurt yourself if you don't know how to do it. So you saw Bo and you thought, okay, we need to help this guy out. And
because he was always Bo. Because when he always came in the gym, he always would speak, and he always would speak to us. So like all of a sudden, we just really started talking to him all of a sudden. He was like, what are y'all guys? He always like asked for a point, like how do I do this or something like that. So one day when we walked in there, and he was bench pressing or something, and he put the little block on it. And I guess he had seen some guys earlier or something putting that block, and we told Bo, we're not doing that. We're not going to allow that. We want you to do it the right way and feel the weight. And so
take that block
off, and we ain't seen the block since.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
But that's good. And so he grew up doing things a certain way and thinking you have to go max it out a lot. And there's different ways to work out.
Yeah, that's true.
And you can do it really hard one day and easy a couple of days, or work out one body part. How do y'all do that?
We do like different body parts each day. Like one day we might do back and buys. One day we'll do what we work out with?
Tries, shoulders and tries.
Shoulders and tries, and chest and legs.
A lot of people really don't know. They go hit it really hard, and maybe they work all the parts, and then they are too sore or can't come back for a week, and then. So, and maybe you kind of help people. You get in a camaraderie up there.
That's right. We always try to make sure we get all our body parts in for a week, and we want to make sure we always do legs. Like I said, we don't. So
important to do legs. You think about doing the chest and the arms
and stuff like that, but you need that foundation.
You do.
You got to keep that foundation good. So we do.
It's not just what the ladies like to look at with the biceps and all that, right? You really have to have the core and the legs and everything.
That's right. That's
good. And so what's interesting to me about your group is you have people who are young and they are old. They are black, they are white.
That's right.
They are women, they are men. And they are all together in this group. And there is in addition to Bo, there is a guy named Jim who works out with you guys.
Exactly.
Now, Jim's retired.
Exactly.
He's an older fella, and he's probably, 70 maybe? I don't know.
I think Mr. Jim getting close to about 80, if I'm not mistaken.
Close to 80, gosh.
And still
working out.
We're still working out.
And Jim is not from Hartwell, I know that, and he's moved in and he's retired. He could work out any time of the day he wants to, but he wants to go at night when y'all are there, and he'll say that.
Yeah.
He tells me that.
He does.
He says, I can work out anytime, but I want to work out with them.
That's right. And Mr.
You have
Jim.
quite a following.
Yeah, because we like to talk sports too. He's a big time Alabama fan, so we like to talk sports and stuff. So that's most time we come out there and talk about sports.
So Jim is Alabama, and you're Florida State.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're Nebraska.
Nebraska, that's right. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, why? Why Florida State and why Nebraska?
Well, for a long time I was a Clemson fan, and then I was watching Florida State play, and Deion Sanders at the bottom of the hill. And he was talking junk to him, telling him to come on down. And then I watched the Blockbuster Bowl. They played against Penn State, and ever since then I've been a Florida State fan.
So you just like the way they handle themselves.
Yes, man. And my sister actually graduated from Florida State, so I got to watch Tebow play one time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, there's a reason, because your sister. Yeah.
But she went because I liked it. I liked it at school.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Did she like it there?
She said she like she did. So
Good. And why Nebraska, Rodney?
When I was coming up, I mean, I used to always watch Nebraska and stuff like that. And plus, we used to always see Clemson in the local school, but it was something about Nebraska that I liked, because how physical they was and how you knew they were going to run the ball, but you could not stop it.
Okay.
They was putting up, they were just so physical. Because I mean, that's one thing about football. If you're going to be doing football, it's a physical sport. And I like the way Nebraska, how physical they was. And ever since, I always just growed into them and all the way up. And now still to this day. In which we're struggling now. We're 0-6, but I'm still a Nebraska fan.
That's great. That is good. Good to have a team that you like to watch. That's good. So how long have you been working out at the Y together?
A long time.
Yeah.
When we first started, I used to work out by myself, and then, like I said, I used to see him with Corey Morrison and David Brown used to work out together. And before I started working out with them, I couldn't even bench over 300. And of course, we joke around with each other. But
Did you say 300?
I couldn't bench 300, but now I get with them, I'm getting 390 now.
Yeah,
Who can bench 300?
And
now you bench 390?
Yes, ma'am.
Good gracious alive.
Because we push each other. We joke a lot, but we push each other. We hold each other accountable in the gym.
That's right.
You
That's
do.
right.
You do.
That's right.
Bo tells me sometimes he comes home and he says, I was really tired today, but he says, they wouldn't let me slack off.
You can't slack.
You can't. That's good. And so do you remember when the Y was in the other place downtown? So y'all have been Y members a long time.
Yes, ma'am.
That's good. They should make it a national day for y'all.
You ain't kidding. We get enough to say what it pays.
Probably for membership. So we
Right.
should have an appreciation day for y'all.
Exactly. We need to talk to them about it.
That's right. That's good. So did you grow up together, the two of you?
Well, he moved in. We met in elementary school. He moved in. We went to like the best elementary school, Evan Hart County, Eagle Grove Elementary.
Eagle Grove.
That's right.
Best elementary ever in Hart County. And we've been ever since then.
Isn't it nice though that now there are very few elementary schools, but back then there were a lot of them, and they were very localized. So you knew everybody.
You knew everybody.
And you
That's
knew
right.
everybody's parents, and everybody knew you. So you came here after you were not born here. You moved in later.
No, ma'am. I started off school at Nancy Hart.
Y'all make me feel old with that.
I never knew I never knew where he came from. I just know he moved in. So
We came. We used to live in Newbury, but we was going to Nancy Hart, and then we moved to Hickory Crossing.
Okay.
My second grade year, and that's when I met. Smart.
Second grade?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
And,
that's a lifelong friendship.
That's right. That's right. And plus, all of us was in the same community.
Yeah.
So when I moved, we all stayed in Hickory Crossing.
Yeah. Do your folks know each other?
Everybody knows each other.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. That's right.
Nice. That's so good. So do you remember the first time that you met him, and did you say, this Rodney kid, he's pretty cool, he's going to be my friend? Or do you remember he had on weird clothes, or you remember anything about him?
No, I probably didn't say anything to him. Be like, the type of personality he has, everybody like him.
Yeah.
Everybody. I mean, I like to see the.
That's true, Rodney.
I want to see them meet the person one day that don't like him. Cause I want to see what that person look like. But
I don't think that person exists.
Yeah, he probably can't introduce himself up first, and I mean, he's everybody's best friend. So he's everybody's best friend. So.
That's awesome. How about brothers and sisters? Do you have any?
Mm-hmm. I got an older brother.
You got an older brother.
Jacob Jones. He worked down at the rec department down there, with the what's the name of it? Like care, like they care for the like
hydrant.
Yeah. You know, like what they do to transmitting, like people like take them around, down there. And so he works.
Senior center.
Senior center. That's it.
That's right. Yeah.
The senior center.
So you work down there.
Yes, ma'am. So he's been down there now for at least 3 to 4 years and stuff. Yeah.
Good. Does he like it?
He likes it.
I bet they love him down there. I bet they appreciate him. And you have a sister, I know, because you said she went.
Yeah, I have one sister in Hartwell, and I have 2 sisters in Beaufort, Georgia.
Okay.
And 1 brother in Beaufort, Georgia.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, Beaufort's not that far.
No.
So you got a big family. But that's good. So when you guys were young, did y'all play sports together? What were you like as a kid? Who were you in, say, the 5th grade? What were you into in the 5th grade?
5th grade.
Yeah, like elementary school.
We always have played sports and stuff, and especially we always been competitive in anything.
Okay.
We play like in the community. We all played basketball together, and I had a little full court, and all the little kids and stuff used to come
at your house.
Come to my house.
Nice. Okay.
And we all played basketball, so we all competed. And then we just continued on. We got to middle school. Junior high. We was the last ones at the Hart County Junior High over there, so we shut it down.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so we started playing football together at the middle school.
Okay.
Because I didn't get a chance to play rec ball. Like, some of them guys, they played rec ball, but I didn't play
rec ball.
Yeah, I started playing football when I was 7.
Ooh, that's young. Isn't it? And you were older because you were in junior high before you had
No. We grew up. He didn't say he didn't get to play rec ball.
We didn't play rec ball. I didn't play rec ball.
Okay.
And I didn't. I played rec baseball, but I didn't play rec football.
Okay. Why do you suppose you didn't play rec football?
I don't know. See, it was like the timing because I really was. My mom, she was a single parent, and she was working, but she still was trying to, make things happen. And for her working, and because I lived in Newburgh, getting back and forth to Pratt, and stuff like that. When she had to work and stuff like that, working 2 jobs and stuff, so it was just sort of tough. And then as I got older, that's when I started.
Yeah. What do you remember about middle school?
It was
junior.
I say middle school, junior high. That's 7th and 8th, or 6th, 7th, and 8th. What was it when y'all were?
It was 7th and 8th with us.
7th and 8th grade.
We didn't have a 6th grade.
Yeah, we was the last class, and then they opened up the middle school after we left.
Oh, so it really was junior high. You didn't have 6th grade in there. 7th and 8th. What do you remember about 7th and 8th grade?
I think that was out. It was fun for us.
It was fun
in junior high.
I remember boys. I remember at that point figuring out that boys were different, and that suddenly some of my friends started acting different to try to get boys' attention. And that's when things went weird, because kids started acting so differently when they were in that grade. But I do remember that. I do remember like it was yesterday.
We did
teachers and stuff.
It was fun for us in sports too, though.
Did you have a teacher named Miss Dolan?
Yes, who?
Miss Dolan.
Miss Dola?
Yeah.
I remember Miss Dola.
What was
she in middle? Was she in junior high?
I don't know why I think she did grow for some reason.
That's why I know. It seemed like
I think Miss Dola ate.
Was she home making?
I remember Miss Dola, but I can't get.
All right. Well, anyway, somebody I remember was teaching in the junior high there. Yeah. So you got into sports, junior high, and that is different than having to have your mom and dad carry you here and there, because you're staying after school. So it makes it a whole lot easier. As a parent, I remember that, a whole lot easier for the kids to stay after school. And you're in sports, and you're in football at that point, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Was it hard coming into football? Because like Derek's been playing a long time. Or were you active in the yard?
I was still active. I mean, we still played football and stuff like that. But it was just, it was organized then, and stuff like that. But it was still like, when I came into it, I just had to get used to it, and it was ready. Yeah.
That would be hard, I would think. But what else did you play in junior high besides football?
Well, football was the only thing I played. I wasn't tall enough to play basketball.
Yeah.
And baseball is kind of too slow for me, so I didn't like baseball.
It's different, isn't it? Because you gravitate towards the sport that you like. And there are a lot of people, not taking anything away from baseball, a lot of people love baseball. But it's a whole different game to play baseball. Golf is slow to me. To me, golf is slow. But I get it. People love that. So different strokes, I guess. So football was it. How about you, Rodney? Did you play anything besides football?
No, ma'am. No, I just played football. I was going to try for basketball, but I didn't.
You didn't?
Oh, man.
Well, then how about high school? High school comes along, and then you're over at the big school with all the other kids from all the different elementary schools.
That's right.
What was that like?
Well, it was intimidating. I remember my freshman year, it was intimidating, but once you start playing football, most people know you from the football team, and it's making a whole lot. It made it a lot easier for me to acclimate to it because everybody know, and I actually got to play like toward the end of the season. Yeah. And most people, and then I had a coach named Coach Bonds, who actually gave me the nickname Smurf. So that's how most people knew me as Smurf, and then that's how people started knowing me through Coach Bonds.
How come he called you Smurf?
He told me one day he can't remember my name, so he just kept calling me Smurf. And my mom didn't like it because she said you're on the radio, and she told me to say something to him about it. And then we just laughed about it. But I mean, like, what is it? Almost 20 years later, people still call me Smurf.
Isn't that funny?
And that's all because of Coach Bond.
That's funny. So Coach Bond gave you a nickname.
Yes, ma'am.
So it's interesting because a lot of times the teachers and the coaches have influence. Mm-hmm. Is there anybody that sticks out for y'all on the coaching staff? Coach Bonds gave you the name, and he must have cared about you enough,
Well, I like Coach Bonds, and one coach that probably he gonna name the same guy, but he didn't coach me. It was Coach Devane.
Yeah.
Coach Devane. When I used to, even though I didn't play defense, I used to be scared of Coach Devane.
You were?
Well,
I got to tell you, Coach Devane can be intimidating.
Yeah. And as we got older and you get to know him, we just like, man, he a regular person. But not growing up, you be scared.
As a student, I would have been terrified.
He got your attention. Yeah. He gave him respect,
Oh, yeah. Now, was he wasn't coaching when you played, was he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was.
But he didn't coach you because you were defense.
I was offense, and he coached defense.
Oh, he coached defense. Mm-hmm. What did you play, Rodney?
When I first started off, I was a lineman, offensive lineman.
Okay.
Because I was little chubbier then.
You were chubby?
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. I was chubby.
That's hard to believe.
Yeah. I was little round thing. I was, and so I started off on the offensive line, and I was with Joby Scrod.
Oh yeah,
Coach Scrod.
Yeah.
Coach Scrod. I mean, he was really serious too, and I like Coach Scrod too. He the one really motivated us in that weight room because he did not tolerate it. And I mean, he wanted you to work out right. That's what really.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean.
That's what set you on that course then. Was Coach Scroggs.
Yeah, we asked him Coach Scroggs. Sometimes he come to the Y, and we'll joke with Coach Scroggs sometimes too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We'll ask him like, we see him in the Y sometimes. We'll say, Coach Scroggs, is that a real squat?
Yeah.
He'll look over there at us and he'll look at it too. Yeah. That's not gonna go. Yeah. So we remember
That's funny.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny? Mm-hmm. So, and you think of Coach Scroggs giving you that love of weightlifting. If it had been a miserable experience, you probably would be really round now because you probably wouldn't have wanted to keep doing that.
That's right.
So those kinds of influences when you're early on can really make a big difference through your whole life. And you guys definitely have a commitment to fitness. Is your commitment to fitness, has it come out of football and out of high school, or is it later on worried more about health, or does it clear your head, or what's your motivation for working out?
Well, it's kind of fun to give us a chance, like hang out with this guy, hang out with him with other friends. Like, it's mainly we work out, but we also hang out and talk about sports and have fun. We're not just in there just working out the whole time. We might be in there 2 hours, but we having fun.
It takes both so long to get back.
Yeah, we talking and having a good time.
Yeah, we're gonna talk between sets. That's right. We are. Mm-hmm.
That's good though, and that's kind of an outgrowth from your when you were a kid and playing basketball in your yard, and you were there and you're working out, but you were also socializing with your friends, and that's nice that you still can do that. What do you remember most about each other growing up?
I think about the competitiveness. We didn't want to lose. Me and him, but we now,
And I would admit to him now, you probably don't remember back. Like in the 6th grade, I was in Miss Burton's class, and I think he was in Mr. Black class, and we played basketball against each other. And I had another friend, John Biggs, was on his team. And I just knew we were gonna beat them, and they class blew us out. And back then I used to hold a little grudge. I think for like 2 days. Yeah, for like 2 days I didn't talk to him.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
That is so funny. Right. What do you remember, Rodney, about your friendship over the years?
Oh man, that's what I say. said, I went back to the same thing, and then I just went back how we used to always ball over. Like we had another guy, friend over there, play over that Deer Ray. We used to play on there in court, and we used to always just compete out there in the community. And then nobody want to lose.
Wow, it's tough. I feel sorry for kids now because they have so many things like the phone
and stuff.
And we didn't have that, and I'm so glad we didn't because we weren't in the house at all.
We say some of the same stuff when we was little, like my friend Marcus Tucker, we call him baby boy. Like a lot of times when people have a rumor going around, you say, well, they told me this. We say, who is they?
Who is they?
Who is
That's
they?
right.
That's right. It's like, and then another friend named Jermaine Gaines, he just say Detroit, and we don't know what it means, but he just say it.
That's funny. That's so important, having a social network of friends and people that you can call on if you need to. Is he somebody you'd call on if you had a flat tire at 11 o'clock? Or?
Well, he wouldn't call on me, but I call him.
Yeah, talking about Jermaine.
Either one.
Oh,
I'll pick him up and take him somewhere and get him there.
Yeah, that's right.
he probably changed the time a lot faster than I can.
Well, that brings me to this. Rodney is known as someone who can do anything.
Okay.
Where'd you get all those skills? You can do anything according to everybody. Anybody you ask, they will say, Rodney is talented. He can do anything. Where do you get that?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know what these people they always say.
I don't see who said that. I don't know who said that. I don't see who said that. So,
they always saying that. I'm a person that I just really go with the flow though. I try not to let anything get to me. I mean, if it is gonna be what it's gonna be, and so that's why I try to don't get stressed about things like that, because it's what's gonna happen is gonna happen.
It's a good philosophy. And that's people get really wired up.
About stuff.
They get really uptight.
Exactly.
And act out and everything. When you think about your high school, were you nervous about what you were going to do after high school? A lot of kids they don't know what they want to do, and they get really uptight about it because they don't know what the future is. And were you more laid back in high school? Were you more like, it's going to be okay?
In high school, I had a nickname. I had a nickname they used to call me, Mr. Perfect.
Mr. Perfect? Okay, I don't find that hard to believe.
That's what I'm saying. I'm
shaking my head.
Mr. good for real. They used to call me. They used to call me that. And so, I'm gonna tell you, I didn't, in high school already, I had said I was debating. At one time, I was thinking about going into the military. And, but I didn't. I went to, I said, no, I'm not. And so, because mama always had told me, look, well, if you're going to find out something, you're going to do. I mean, you're not going to sit here. You're going to either get a job or you're going to. That's right. And either you're going to go to work or, you're going to have to do something.
Yeah.
And so, by that time, I went down, me and two more of my classmates, we went down to Middle Georgia College down in Cochran, Georgia.
Okay.
And so we went down there, and I didn't finish down there. I come home and I told Mom, I said, it's just too far from down there because I way down in Cochran, Georgia. And so I
don't know where Cochran is.
It's below Macon. It's about 50 miles below Macon.
Oh.
And so,
so that was a long way. That was 3 or 4 hours from home.
And so we came back home and I started working. I told Mom I'm gonna work for a little while, and then I want to get back in school. And so I started and then I went to Athens Tech.
Okay.
And I started at Athens Tech, and I was working at the hospital, physical therapy.
The Hart County
Hospital.
Oh, physical therapy?
I was a PTA, like a physical therapy aide. Yeah. So, and I was just helping out there.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed it. But then, they had did like a little cutback at one time. And so, and then when I did that cutback, I went up to TI.
Okay.
TI Automotives. And so I started up there, and I've been rocking and rolling at TI.
I bet. And you're still there, right?
Yes, ma'am.
That's good. How long have you been at TI?
12 years.
Good.
12 years.
Well, I hope they've been good to you.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
I hope so. Derek, what about you? What was your path? Well, did you know what you wanted to do?
No, I did. I went to school. I went to West Georgia for like a year.
Okay.
And I ended up actually going to the military. I went to the Army for 2.5 years.
Wow, good for you.
I didn't like the Army.
You didn't?
No, man. I just went back in to get money to go back into college.
Sure, yeah.
So once I got out, and I went to start working at Tenneco, and once I started working in Tenneco, I'd take classes every once in a while, but then football season come around, I coach a little kid football, but I've just been working at Tenneco we had a 1 year layoff, but total I've been at Tenneco for almost 18 years.
Oh my gosh, that's a long time to be. That's great. I hope they're good to you there.
Well, they try to be.
Better be good.
Yeah, they try to be.
18 years, that's good. So when you were in college, you were also far away from home. Was that hard?
Not really. No, because I had a cousin with me. He was actually my roommate, and we was roommates, and I mean, it was like almost like a brand new world. Yeah. It was like we was all responsible for everything, go to sleep when we want to. Yeah. I think it was probably my main problem. I had too much freedom.
Yeah. It's hard, you know, letting somebody go from being a kid in high school where their mom and dad tells them what to do to going off on your own like that overnight. That's tough. I think we all struggled with that just a little bit. Because like you say, you didn't have to be at a certain place at a certain time. You had to be at class. But in college, they don't really know if you're there or not. It's not like in high school.
So that's right. You don't say here.
That's hard. So what classes do you remember from school, from college, anything that gave you the idea of what you wanted to do, or was it all just core classes that were boring?
Boring, that's right. It was class, and also though, you realize though you don't like the teachers and stuff like that. They don't care if you come or not. Like what you were just saying a while ago. They don't. When you get to go in a certain class, especially if all depends on how many you got in your class, you might not even, you way back in the back, like they don't see you back there.
They will never know.
Never know.
And that's hard because when you're 18 years old and maybe stayed up late last night or whatever, it's hard to motivate yourself. It really is. So when you came out of the Army, you were back here in Hartwell.
Yes, ma'am.
And my dad used to say you remember the 2 days, the day you go in and the day you come out.
Yes, ma'am. Well, the day that I remember the most and I hated the most about military, like the gas chamber. Went to the gas chamber and we went in with our mask on, and you have to break they say break the seal. And I thought I was gonna be smart and not break mine, and I just said I kept it on. Then the drill sergeant said, "Take your mask off." We took the mask off. Man, it was about the worst feeling ever. And
oh no!
Yeah, I was at Fort Jackson, so I wasn't that far away, but.
Fort Jackson is where?
In South Carolina.
South Carolina, okay.
Yeah.
And so you had to put on a gas mask and go into a gas chamber, and it was a training exercise?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And that's after the gas chamber.
I'd be nervous, I think.
Yeah. If you had a gas mask on, you fine, but once you take it off, I was done, and then it was because.
And then you're breathing it, and
yes, ma'am.
Ooh, makes you feel bad.
Fort Jackson is like a co-ed training base. And of course, some females was taking it better than I did, but I didn't care. Like I said, it is what it is. I didn't care if they saw me crying and none of that. And that's the worst feeling ever.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yes,
I don't. If you have that kind of experience, I can understand why you wouldn't want to be. Yeah. That's awful. What else do you remember? Do you remember when you left? Do you remember? Was your mom like all proud of you, or was she worried? Or
I know my sister. She missed me a lot.
Oh,
and in the back,
that's tough.
And
is this the Florida State sister?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you're close to her then.
Yes, ma'am. And back when I actually went the day I left, got diploma, I went to Korea. Korea was my first duty station, and back then I was married then. But I got married on the Saturday, and I went to Korea the next day on the Sunday. So I was gone for the whole first year.
Wait, you get married on one day and go to Korea the next day?
Yes, ma'am.
Gosh.
I was gone for like 6 months and came back.
That's hard on a marriage, isn't it?
Yeah, it was. But I was like 18 or 19 back then.
Oh, that's hard on a marriage too.
Yes, ma'am. And there's Korea. I was trying to figure out a way how to get out the military. And then
Korea, what's that like? Well, if you're in the military, what's it like?
Well, it smells, but it's not that bad.
Is it hot? Is it cold?
And in the summertime, it's hot, and then when it's cold, it's freezing.
We were talking last week about going to another country. One of the first things you notice is all of your senses are kind of assaulted in a weird way. Like you smell things you've never smelled before, and you see things and hear things that you haven't seen and heard. And the food is just completely foreign. Like when we went to Kazakhstan, the kids told us later, that we smelled like sour milk. That's what Americans smell like when they go. See, we think we don't smell like anything because we're so used to ourselves.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Yeah.
So we don't know, because when we go someplace else, we notice it. So it was very different for you. And the minute you got there, you were like, I need to be home. And when you finally got back here, do you remember coming back home?
I don't remember the day, but I know I was playing around. I was like 16 hours back, and I was just glad to be back in the United States.
I bet you were. Yeah. I bet you were. And then you decided, I need a job, and Tenneco was hiring. Is that how that happened?
Yes, ma'am. Well, a lot of times you have back in the if you have family, they'll look out for you. She's not there anymore at HR, but it's a woman named Barbara Thornton, and she used to know my mama and my aunts pretty well, and they knew I was getting out of the military. I guess my mama, somebody told them, so they told me. When I got home, they said, you got a job for you if you want to. So.
That's so nice. Yeah. That's good. Yeah. And you went to work pretty much right away when you got home.
Yes, ma'am. Once I got out of the military, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, when you got back, yeah. That's good. And so tell me a little bit about how the thing that makes you guys remarkable to me is that you're working hard at your jobs, 12 years and 18 years in your companies, and you're working out, taking care of yourselves and taking care of your health, but you still have time to devote to the community, which is really awesome.
Yeah.
I got no kids in football, but I thank you, because when you think about how the community, we're all responsible for our community, and I appreciate that y'all do that, because I know how important that is to a lot of kids. How long have you been involved in rec football?
You can go ahead.
I've probably been now it's probably about 12 to 15 years.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah, because I had I've been helping me and my first cousin. We've been coaching together for a while, and and I know he said he's been doing about 20, and he reminded me. He said not too long ago. He said, "Coach, you've been coaching now about almost 13. He said 13 to 15 years, I think." Wow. And now because it been flying by, you don't even realize it,
Wow.
And all the kids and stuff that we've been a part of, just to motivate, just try to help the kids grow up, be young men, and go on and do something successful with the life and stuff.
Yeah, you're a real mentor. You don't really think about it, but you really are. And just like you were talking about the coaches that you remember, and the kids that, whether they play football in high school or not, they'll always remember you and the influence that you were on them and the example that you set for them. So that is so nice. And I bet you see the kids that you coached before that are grown now that come around.
In college.
In college now. Wow. And how long have you been doing it, Derek?
Well, a little less than he have, because when I first started, I was actually working at Tenneco, and one of my friends, James Bill Osby, he asked me, he said, just come coach football. And I never coached football or anything. But once I started coaching, I actually saw that I liked it, because I love football, and I started loving coaching kids. And I think my first year was coaching, I coached against him. They was on the Cowboys. And
okay, are we still so competitive?
Yeah, because they actually got a championship by default one year. Really, we won, but back in how they do. And so I coached. I think I coached.
He's not gonna let it go.
No, he don't. Because we talk about it all the time.
I coached with Bill for like 2 years, and after I coached with Bill for 2 years, and I actually got my own team.
Okay.
And every year we got ready to coach. He was in like an upper league, and I was a year behind him. And then like my last year, as I had my own team, we actually got coached against each other again. But now we like last 2 or 3 years we've been coaching together, and it's been fun. His coach, he said I'm a player coach because the kids like come talking to me. And I say he should be a player coach because his personality, he laid back and everybody like him. But on the football field, he more like me.
That's funny.
Yeah, on the football field, he more like me. He more like mean or whatever. But it's just like we swap roles.
You do swap roles because you're Mr. Nice Guy.
On the
you're
field,
the drill sergeant out there.
But off the field, I'm kind of like the mean person. He kind of a nice person.
That's right.
I don't know if I would say you were mean.
That's what they say.
Wow, that's so funny. So, anything you remember from coaching the kids? Anything remarkable that you remember? Do you see some of the kids now? You said some of them are in college now.
Yes, ma'am.
Are any of them still playing football?
Yeah, well, one guy we actually coached against Miko Hartman at Georgia. Both of us did.
Oh, yeah?
So, and we got Sean Harper at Washington State playing right now. And
Exactly.
we got other kids playing at little small colleges.
Allen at Georgia State.
Yeah, Martez Allen at Georgia State. Yeah.
You have to feel like you have a little bit of a stake in that.
Oh, yeah.
When we argue about it,
we
argue about it because I had Sean first, but he had Sean last in Rick. So he's trying to say Sean his player. But if you ask Sean to say I'm his coach, but what Sean would say. Yeah.
That's funny. Those kids really look up to y'all, I know. And we couldn't have rec league sports without people willing to volunteer their time. So that's really awesome that y'all do that and that you've done it for so long. If somebody might be watching and they might think, well, I know a little bit about football and I don't mind spending time, do they call the rec center and sign up, or how do they get involved? How would you suggest? What do you need? Do you need volunteers to do things, or what kind of things do y'all need?
Well, I don't know. What I would want them to do, I would want them to understand the game of football, because
you have to know football. So I could not do it.
No, you can. You can. Because it's a certain female and kind of Swiss. She know everything about football. Tara Bowers.
Okay.
She don't know football.
Tara? Oh, well.
She really don't know football.
I'll tell you now, I don't know football.
Yeah. But I mean,
I like watching it, but I don't really understand it enough to.
I want you to know, because football is my favorite sport, and you kind of like, you molding these kids.
Yeah.
And you need to, like, everybody's not going to be the star player, but you need to mold these kids so they can understand the game of football, and for it to be fun, not to be like, jump down their throat the way they don't want to play football.
Exactly.
Yeah. So just mold them and lead them down the right way. So when they get the middle school coaches or the high school coaches or college or NFL coaches, we like you said, like when you talking about working out your legs, we the foundation when they start football.
Yes.
That's right. Like the basics. Make sure you always never you never get tired of coaching the basics. You always do that. Like sometimes, you're going to get frustrated some days and stuff like that, because you're going to have to repeat it. Just for instance, like just getting down in the stands, because it's days that we still go out there and now we're like, come on now, drop down, get a little lower or whatever, drop it back in down some, it just, and you have to you just have to repeat it. And that's it, like Coach said, though, right there. You just really make sure you know the basics of football and, know what, and make sure you let the kids know too, though, like let them know how physical football is going to be. It's a physical sport.
That's a tough thing, because coming in directly, they may not have played before.
Exactly.
And that first knock might make some of them.
And let them know it's a physical sport. So if you don't really want to be out here and participate in this, because football might not be for you, it's not for everybody.
Have you had that conversation with anybody about it just isn't for you?
I don't think he ever tell me it's not for you, but he asked that same question.
Yeah, I asked him.
You put it on them.
Oh yeah. I say, listen, guys. some of y'all I done had we was at practice one day and I said, guys, just let me give you a hand if you don't really want to be out here. You realize football and stuff is a little too tough for you. It's a physical sport, and if you don't want to be a part, that's fine. Just go ahead and let your parents know, so they won't be wasting their gas and wasting their time coming out here. And then they wonder why you're not in the game. But then if they see how in practice and stuff like that, because you can get hurt out there when you ain't going full speed. You can get hurt.
Yeah.
And nowadays in football and stuff they already trying to really sort of ban football in a lot of places.
Well, yeah, because of the research about
concussions.
Is that the CTE? I'm not sure what that stands for, but when the repeated concussions cause some brain injuries, so you have a real responsibility for kids' safety.
That's right.
To teach them the right way to play the game so that they don't get hurt and they don't hurt each other. Do you have sportsmanship that you teach as well? That's part of it.
Yeah, we like having fun, not trying to show up the other team or talk junk to the other players.
And see, I didn't even think about that as somebody that doesn't know football very well. But you really have to tell me a little bit more about that.
You'll get teams, especially if it's a rivalry game, but kids want to talk.
Yeah.
You hear a lot of coaches say, "Don't talk, just talk with your pads." They mean don't actually say anything, just play football, play it harder and play it faster and play it stronger than the next person. But you're going to have people that want to talk, because when I played, I used to love to talk. I probably one of the worst trash talkers out on the field.
You remember that, Rodney?
Oh yeah, he talked. Oh yeah,
especially against Stephen County.
Yeah,
it's just like you spend half the game talking trash and instead of playing. It's fun.
Bo tells me that too. That's so funny to me. I don't know what goes on.
They do.
So you're on the field and you're talking to the guy who's about to. And you're about to hit each other.
No, not while we're actually playing, but when the play is over, like he going back to his huddle, I'm going back to my huddle, and we'll say, and most of it, we don't know the kids like we did like the kids today. They know each other because, like you said, they got social media.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
So they know each other, but back then you only know certain players, and we just like, and of course he might know somebody on every County team, and I know it through them. And we just talk, like that. But it never got to the point where we actually got the fist fighting, but it just most of the time we talk trash back in our day. It like make you want to play harder, show them up, and it's like you build me play, make you play harder.
Do they now kind of try to not talk? Do they now say try to get these kids to not trash talk? Is that what you do?
Oh yeah, you know, if they get out of hand, sometimes they let them say a little something, but you can hear the referee. He'll let you know. He'll say, Coach, hey, you got to talk to the so and so number so and so. He need to tone it down, or I'm gonna have to get him out of here.
Yeah.
And so you hear it.
Yeah.
So and you guys are really responsible for kind of teaching them a lot more than the sport.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to learn from our mistakes because, like I said, I used to love the trash talk, but I don't want the kids trash talk.
Yeah.
So you know, they want to make the same mistakes I made.
Yeah. You know, that's an excellent point. Yeah. Just because you did it didn't mean that it was the right thing to do, and you want to try to get them to do better. So that's good. So what else? What are you thinking? Tell me your favorite memories of Hartwell since you both grew up here. I love to talk about the old days. My first job was at Sky City. Do y'all remember Sky City?
Oh, I remember Sky City. Yes, we remember Sky City. Okay. Yeah, we remember Sky City. That's right.
Everything in Sky City was polyester and ugly. And I remember working in the jewelry department. And I was supposed to learn to pierce people's ears.
Yeah, okay.
I couldn't do that. I was too scared. So I would start to shake a little bit.
Before you had to pierce the ears,
So they put me on the cash register. What was your first job?
My first job was working at a summer job.
Okay.
I had to work a summer job at Nancy Hart.
Okay.
I was working at Nancy Hart and
at the school.
At the school. That was my first job.
Okay. Well, that's a good job.
Oh yeah, we had to, you know, we did a little paint, stripping floors. Our boss was named Harry Ramsey, better known. People called him Simp. So he was our boss and stuff like that. And so, but we really had to work though. We really had to work.
It was probably hot.
It was hot, and that stuff that they buffed the floors with, stripping the floors with.
Yeah. I bet you can still smell that.
Still smell it. Still smell that stuff. Strong.
That's funny. How about you, Derek?
I had the same job he had.
Oh, you did? Y'all worked together?
No, I was at Eagle Grove.
He was at Eagle Grove.
And I worked with James Craft. They call him Cot. Yeah, and he was my first one. And I worked one summer. That was my first job. Like I call it like a little summer job.
What'd you think about that? Were you thinking, I dread this, or were you thinking, I got money?
I got money.
That's what we thinking.
That's what you want.
Earn our own little money, so we don't have to ask mom for money. Spending money.
Right.
Yeah.
Earn our own little cash.
That's funny. Yeah, Sky City was it for me. I love Sky. What else do you remember about Hartwell? What was your favorite thing when you were a kid about Hartwell that you remember? Was it the Christmas parade, or was it the
little fair?
Chicken burger? The fair.
You remember the fair?
Yes, I forgot about the fair. It was over there on Fairview.
Over what other
across from the middle school.
Yeah, I remember we used to go over the fair. Remember the fair?
How come we don't have the fair anymore? Elberton has a fair. How come we can't have a fair?
I know, that's right. I don't know. We need to.
I do remember that. Well, who do we talk to about that?
No, we need to talk to the mayor.
R.C. Osville.
Okay, that's right. We need to talk to the commissioners.
That's right. See why we don't have a fair.
Wow, yes, I remember the fair, but I had forgotten all about it. Do you go to the fair too? You remember that too?
If I go now, I just take my little nieces or I don't ride anything anymore.
No? How about you?
I ain't been to the fair in a while. The last amusement park I went to Six Flags.
Yeah.
Not too long ago. And so, but I I love to ride rides though. Oh, I'm gonna ride all the rides.
So if y'all go together, you're riding and you're not.
Oh, I'm riding everything.
He gonna ride it. He gonna ride it.
I'm gonna ride everything.
Yeah, he can't be sitting over there not riding.
Ride everything.
I was gonna say the competitive spirit.
I know.
Well, I rode everything at Six Flags forever, but now they have some things like those big swings that go way out. I don't know if I can do that.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I do that or not.
Well, I actually skydived like 4 or 5 months ago.
You're kidding.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's my sister wanted to do it, and since she wanted to do it, we're gonna do it together. And I asked her. It was fun. I wouldn't do it again, but it was fun.
You wouldn't do it again. Once was enough.
Yeah.
But so tell me about that. Y'all went up in a plane, and were somebody strapped to you, or
Yes,
were
ma'am.
you
a
tandem jump? I guess.
Yes, ma'am. Somebody was on my back.
Do that.
I was scared the whole time, but I said
Was she scared?
She said she wasn't. I was scared, but I was scared on the ground. But once I got up in the air, I wasn't scared.
Really?
So and then once I jumped out, it was fine.
Were you? How'd you feel when you got on the ground? Were you just?
I was tired and I was ready again because my instructor said he can tell I was kind of scared, so he had got everything real tight. And a lot of people seen it on the video when I actually hit the ground, it's like I'm passing out because the harness had started cutting the circulation out.
Oh no!
And he said he did it because he figured I was too scared. But
one more reason for me not to do that because the harness cuts off your circulation.
Well, it was on me, not for everybody.
Yeah. Gosh, that's big. Have you ever done anything, Rodney?
I've never done no skydiving.
Ooh, that's crazy. What else you got up your sleeve? Anything else we need to know about?
Oh, I was being nosy and looking at her bucket list, and I guess I won't look at her bucket list again.
Yeah. Your sister sounds like a really fun person.
Yeah.
She's the instigator, I guess.
Now
motivated.
She motivated.
She motivates.
That's good. Is she in Hartwell?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so she's close by. That's good. That's awesome. Okay, what are the next few years going to look like for you guys? What do you love about Hartwell now? What do you wish we had? I was telling you before the show, I love Eagle Oil Change.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
Because there's just some things that you don't want to have to think about. And car maintenance is one of those for me. And when I go there, I feel like they know exactly what they're doing. They get me in and out of there. They are smart. They are nice. And it's just one of my favorite things. I like the Dairy Queen.
You like Dairy Queen?
I do love some blizzards. I know y'all are workout guys. I shouldn't admit it to you, but I do.
No, no, it's fine. You're gonna have a cheat day. You're gonna have a cheat day. You're gonna have a cheat day.
Right?
You need a cheat day.
Because nobody's perfect except Mr. Perfect.
No, not me.
So favorite places, favorite things?
You know what I wish they'd bring to Hartwell?
What?
A Chick-fil-A.
You heard it. Chick-fil-A. We are all, I would agree with you. You know what? I don't even eat meat, but I love Chick-fil-A. So they have the best salads and French fries and milkshakes and the whole thing. So yeah, Chick-fil-A would be awesome.
So you don't eat meat?
I don't.
Oh,
I know, I'm weird.
No, I'm just not. That's serious when you can do that. You know, that's,
You know who else doesn't eat meat?
No.
Herschel Walker.
Oh.
Does not eat meat.
I didn't know that. I did not know that.
Hey, I don't know football, but I know vegetarian.
There you go.
That's funny. So, and no favorite places? Where do you like to hang out? Where do you, besides the Y, of course?
Football and basketball games.
Yeah. So you travel to those. Y'all travel a lot.
Because Florida State. If Florida State playing at Clemson, I go there. It's been about 4 or 5 years since I actually been down to Florida State. Yeah. Seen them play. Like he's a big in basketball. He like Duke basketball, and I like North Carolina.
Okay.
If they ever playing Clemson, he'll go with me. When North Carolina playing, I'll go when Duke is playing.
I travel.
That's good.
Yeah.
When I try to go see when Duke is coming, I went to the ACC tournament a couple times, and whenever Duke's in town, I'm gonna usually be there if I can.
Good. Awesome. That's cool. So tell me about who you're gonna be in a few years. Who you're gonna be like when you're an old man. What you gonna be like as an old man? Are you gonna be just kicked back watching football? Are you gonna be surrounded by grandkids? And what do you?
I'm gonna be, as an old man, I think I'll be still active, and I'll still be involved, and I'll still get involved and do things for the church too.
Yeah.
Just
what church do you go to?
Christian Worship Assembly.
Okay.
Up on 29.
No, ma'am.
You go to a different one?
Yes, I go to Church of God of Prophecy. Dan Hughes is the pastor.
And y'all don't go to the same church? That's the only thing that y'all don't do together, I guess. That's good. So you plan to stay involved with your church and your community.
Yes, ma'am.
That is so awesome. What about you? What old man are you going to be?
Well, as I said, I actually coached football for a while, and Coach Boy, he introduced me, let me coach middle school for a couple of years.
Oh, wow.
And Coach Devane, actually his last year coaching at Hart County, he allowed me to be on the varsity staff. But
nice.
My uncle, Hubert Harper, he's always tried to get me to be a referee or official. I always kept putting it off. So this is my first year actually doing it. So hopefully I can be official for a long time, be as good as a guy named Kenny Tate. He probably don't like Kenny Tate, but how he call, cause I like Kenny because he gonna call the game right. You gotta know football. Your kids better be lined up right. And I want to be, hopefully I be a good official as Kenny Tate, or I've got the other guy's name, Ron Oliver. Ron Oliver's in basketball and Kenny Tate on football. So I actually being an official. This is my first year, and
so this is your first year of being an official. That's a big deal.
Yes, ma'am.
That's awesome because you have to take a class on that, right? You have to kind of get
workshops and actually do like film study, like a coach. You had to watch film and like controversial calls and how we would do it and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. That's just one of those things I've never even thought about. Yes, but you do have to know, and it's great that you know the sport so well because that made it maybe a little easier for you because you know the sport better than most people, I would say.
Sometimes. But the coaches wouldn't say that. I'm pretty sure Coach Gillespie or Coach Dickerson or Coach Don McCord, they wouldn't say I knew more than they do. I bet you I do know more than they do.
I bet you do too. Well, I appreciate the fact that y'all are here. And you, speaking of football, you have got to go and
Yes, man. I got to go to Old Granite Bowl in Edmond County, referee day JV game against Banks County today. Hopefully Coach Jay Reed, he's the head coach at Banks County. Hopefully he's down there and I can get the chance to meet him again today.
Good. That's awesome. Yes, good for you. We don't want to make you late for that.
Okay.
I'm so glad y'all came on today. Anything else, any more parting thoughts about kids? If you were to tell a kid today who's, say, 17, 16 years old, what advice do you think you would give that kid?
What I always tell them to do, because one of my flaws when I was in high school, I paid attention in class, but I never studied.
Okay.
It's like, as I said, I kind of like remember, so then I took.
You got it in class.
Yes,
you
ma'am.
heard it in class. That's how one of my kids did.
But it actually hindered me when I got to college, because in college you got to study.
Yes.
And I had bad study habits, and I tell kids, like, right now I kind of wish I was a coach, a high school coach, and have your grades right and go to school so you have more opportunities to make a decision. Where, like, there's nothing wrong with working at Tenneco, there's nothing wrong with working at TI, but you want to have more options than you have. So if you actually do go there, you know, you'll be at a better job. You want to come in like an entry-level position.
Exactly.
That's good advice. Good advice. Rodney, you got any advice?
Coach really just summed it up right there. That's what I was thinking too. You know, make sure it's just really important to get that education. Yes. Education is important, and I'm telling you, the way the future is going, that it's going to be so much more that you're going to have to know. So
yeah, you're right.
I'm telling you, all this stuff, just hanging out and stuff like that, and all that kind of stuff these guys need to really just, take school serious.
Agreed. Good advice from both of you. I want to thank y'all so much for being here today. This has been fun.
It was fun. I'm glad we got you and got us to do it.
I know, I got us. That's right. That's right.
And I want to thank y'all again for being such leaders at the Y and making it so fun for so many people to come up and work out, because that's what it ought to be. It's fun. So thank y'all so much.
All right.
Appreciate you.
All right. Thank you.
Take care.
All right.
All right. Thank you so much for watching, and check in again next week. Thanks.